Not what I was intending, but okay. I guess we're live a little bit sooner than I would like. Let me just shit. I was trying to fix everything. Hold on a second. Son of a bitch. Where's that at? Nope. Okay, that's not working. What the fuck? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That's out, right? Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. I was trying to get some stuff done, and this is not working the way I want it to, so shit. Now I'm not in weird porn sites or anything. What's going on, everyone? I don't know if I'm taking calls yet. I'll decide later on. I'm in a rush. I am behind on trying to get shit set up, so unfortunately I'm a little bit behind on some of that. So I have to quickly fix everything. Give me a second here. As having some serious technical issues. As I was getting ready. Okay. So I have to rebuild all my slides real quick because there are some problems with that shit, but it's all right. It's okay. All right. That one looks good. Yeah, no, I feel bad. So how you guys doing? How's your day? Hope you guys had a good one. Hope you guys enjoyed whatever it is you did. Hopefully it was something good. I know I like good things. I don't always get to go into them the way that I like, but yeah. I know. I'm very much cool. That works. So yeah, not much today. I ended up, I got into a call with Magog and Undoomed that took a little bit of time. I went and picked up Far Cry 5. That was something I had pre-ordered, and yeah, I know. I'm a horrible pre-orderer person. That's how bad I am. That's how bad. That's how things go. I pre-order things, gentlemen. I pre-order things. And I don't mind. You know what? I don't mind pre-ordering from Best Buy because they give me, like, on this one, they gave me $10 back. That's how cool it is, right? They gave me 10 bucks and shit. That's what they do. They had some deals, so I took the deals. So all right, there's that one. Okay, I'm just very quickly building these things up. Very quickly indeed. But yeah, so I got that. I'm probably gonna be. I don't know if I'm gonna play it tonight. The goal is to play it tonight, but I don't think that I will get the opportunity to, because once once I finish everything, then it's gonna end up being getting all the videos done, and then getting all of the. That's a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there's interesting stuff to get through tonight. Very interesting stuff. Some stuff with YouTube, even. Some stuff you guys may not realize is going to happen. Is that YouTube? There's been some YouTubers that have been very naughty. No, wait, that's not the. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's good. And then let me just get this last one here. These 4 a night are crazy, and I'll be doing 5 tomorrow, so we're definitely gonna have to worry about that. Okay, let me take a quick look here at the chat so you guys can see if I'm annoying you. Pre-order, you stop doing that. Yeah, but I get this cost me like $40, and I got $10 more on top of it, so I don't mind. You gotta know how to play the game. The pre-ordering is like a game. It's a song and dance. If you know where to go, you know how to play the angles, you know how to run all the scams. Not scams, not so much. You end up doing pretty well. Is it Andy who has been naughty again? I don't know what he's up to. I don't care what Andy's up to. No, I don't know. Andy, he's he is what he is. He is doing what he's doing. Okay, so one of these stories tonight, I do want to thank Ranting Monkey for, because Ranting Monkey is the there was shit, I missed that. Hold on. Let me bring up. You guys are. D-Dog, $3 Streamlabs saying, "Hey Monday Matt, I recently graduated from university with my history degree, and I have my first full-time job. I am a self-proclaimed incel. I have a strong distaste for women because they have never shown me affection or attention. Any advice?" Oh, well, okay. That's a very interesting question. I get it, dude. I get it. You know, you got a girl, you know, you got a girl that you've never been with a girl, I'm assuming, is what you're saying. They've never shown you any kind of love or affection. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, because it's such a tough one, because it's like, I've been in this situation where, like, you know, you have a dry spell. You don't really get out and date very often. Okay. And so if you're in a situation where let me just look over this again, because I want to make sure I got this right. So you have a strong distaste for women because they've never shown you affection or any attention. Well, your distaste of women in this particular case is your own goddamn fault. I'll be honest with you. That's just me telling you that because that's true. It's your own goddamn fault. Women don't owe you anything. You don't owe them anything. That's just how it works. But I understand where you're coming from. Your distaste to me comes from probably what I could only presume would be years of rejection, so to speak, and therefore there's been a lot of bitterness that's popped up. And I understand that entirely. But at the same time, you know, you're going to encounter women that are going to not be the best for you and everything else. So the thing to remember here is, like, you know, you just got to keep trying, right? There's 7 billion people on the planet, right? There's 7 billion people on this planet. So, yeah. It's just, it's one of those things. There's, you know, if you believe the adage that there's someone out there for everybody, then you'll find somebody. Being an incel, though, is not going to get you what you want. That's just the truth, man. Like, sitting, you know, not engaging, not interacting, not talking is not going to get you what you want. And I'm not too sure what you want. I don't want to put words in your mouth. I don't want to sit there and be all like, oh, you're looking for a little bit of brown chicken, brown cow, right? But ultimately, I think all of us want love. We want intimacy. We want companionship. You know, and a lot of that does take form of sex. And don't get me wrong, it's awesome. I love it. It's great. I would do it every day. If you possibly could. You know, the whole point is that you got to find someone who is very much into what you want. You can't brute force a relationship. We call that not good, you know. Trying to think of the best advice I can give. I'm trying to think of the most simple, succinct advice I could give, because when I was, so like 10, 11 years ago now, I was hanging out with these guys who were pickup artists is the best way to describe them. They were pickup artists, right? And as a result of that, you know, they would take me out. They'd take me out, and we would go and we'd start, you know, by picking up on girls in bars. They gave me the nickname Script because I was working on a screenplay for them, and they were trying to, like, church me up. And they're, you know, we went out one night. I dropped like $160 on new threads just to go out to the bar to try. I had like a fucking trilby. I tipped to the side. I'm all like, "What's up, milady?" Bam, you know. None of it worked because I wasn't myself. I was trying to be something that I wasn't. And that's the whole point here, is you don't want to be something you're not, and you don't want someone to come in and be like that. So I'm just saying that you want to work on you. You want to be the best you can be for yourself. So make yourself better, and then you'll attract someone who will be there for you. I don't know, man. I just don't want to feel like I don't want to give you bad advice. I want to be proper about this. Yeah, man, just look, get yourself to a place where you are happy and content with you, and the rest will generally kind of fall in. But you do also have to make your way off the fucking internet. That I can't stress that enough, right? Like, you have to meet people off the web. That is how you get ahead in life, I think. Okay, old dwarven giant here says, if the guy's incel, he doesn't care about women, he should go full MGTOW and try to be happy with himself. But old dwarven giant, he's incel because he's not happy with himself. He's incel from what I can gather from just that very simple statement, is that, you know, you're borderline MGTOW because you haven't gotten the admiration from chicks, right? And that is a bitterness. That's just bitterness that's built up, and that's it, man. That's it. So it's like, you know what? Honestly, go to Vegas, find a whore, have sex, pay for it, pay for it, pay for it. That's what a MGTOW would do, by the way. But pay for it, because you also want to just kind of get it out of the way and see that it's not as big of a deal as people make it out to be, right? And I'm pretty certain, you know, you don't even need to leave your own city. Craigslist just got rid of their personal ads. I don't know, troll Craigslist and shit. There's definitely things to consider in that particular regard. So I would say, yeah, just go ahead and just be yourself, dude. Don't be bitter. Don't be angry, because that's not going to get you anything you want. Ultimately, it's not. You know, the only thing being bitter and angry is going to get you are grip marks on your penis from just jacking it so hard. You know what I mean? And you don't want that. You want gentle caressing of the boner, not a death grip of just of built up, pent up rage and aggression. All right, so there was another one here too, another Streamlabs from Real Swagness 17 says, "Hey, it's me, Darth Kal-El from Twitter. We had a funny awkward exchange after I made the Holdo is Snoke and drag joke. Highlight of my night. You're one of my favorite YouTubers and one of the few honest ones. Much respect." Well, thank you very much, sir. That was a funny gag that made me crack up laughing. The Holdo thing. That's some shit, isn't it? That's just some, okay. For those of you who don't know, those of you who haven't ventured over to my other channel, 3 Buck Theater, there's an article that came out last night where in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, Laura Dern was all like, well, you know, because she played Admiral SJW on Last Jedi, she was all like, I had long talks with the director, and we determined that Holdo was force sensitive, and I'm all like, fucking where, man? Fucking where is Holdo force sensitive? Where? Was it when she kamikazed herself? Did DeForce tell her to do that? I'm just saying, it's one of those things, man. One of those things makes no damn sense. Makes no damn sense. She ruined the movie. She didn't ruin the movie, but she pew 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 pew. That whole thing was pretty funny though. She didn't ruin the movie, in my opinion. Her character should have been more fleshed out for us to give a shit. That's where we are. You're gonna buy Uno on stream? That's cool, man. Was Monkey shit posting about me again? No. Renting Monkey. I was giving him a hard time because he was trying to learn how to read better on a stream, and I'm all like, read better, motherfucker. What's going on, Double Pulse? Long time no see, man. So there's definitely all that jazz. So that's kind of what's going on with all that right now. The Holdo, doing the Holdo thing, and everything else. For some freaking reason, the stream has not updated the name, so that sucks ass. She's gonna come back with Luke as a ghost. Yeah, that could happen. At this point in time, fuck it. Everyone, but that's the whole point of the movie, though. The whole point of the movie was trying to tell you that everyone is force sensitive. That was the whole point, and it's now realizing that the whole point of fucking The Last Jedi was to be like, everyone is special, right? That's what they were trying to establish. So what is that? Wait, what's the Twitter beef that happened today with me, Chris, and someone else? There's no Twitter beef, dude. There's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit that well, I don't call him a YouTuber, but an internet personality by the name of Maddox is suing a former business partner of his for anywhere between $20 million and $500 million, depending on who you talk to. And the guy who he's suing, his name is Dick Masterson. He's not too happy with me. His fans aren't too happy with me because I covered it when it first dropped, and I was favorable to Maddox's side. I've met Maddox, met him once at VidCon. You know, I've known about the guy for a long time and shit. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, okay? But oh no, his salty fans can't have that. So they've been ragging on me for months now, and I mean this literally. Like, I will get Google News alerts. They'll bring me up on like the Reddit. They'll bring me up on Facebook. Dick will call me out directly on Facebook, and I'm like, dude, like, at this point, you're literally just drawing more attention to the video. If you want it to go away, it was months ago. I probably have 1,000 videos since then. If you want it to go away, stop fucking talking about me. But they keep doing it. And so while there's shit that goes on in there that's kind of crazy. Ultimately, I just at this point now have more fun trolling them because they get super salty. They get super salty. They don't even follow me on Twitter. It's not even a big fucking deal. So the whole point there is on Twitter, I have notifications turned off for people who don't follow me. So if you don't follow me, I'm not going to get a notification. I just don't see it. So penis masters male child. Yes. Those people sound boring. They are. Yeah, they are. They're, have I heard that scientists discovered a new human organ? Yeah, no, I know Claude Sandshark was spamming me with that shit. I saw the headline. I haven't read the article yet. Quit playing with dick and be happy. How do you think I'm into your fucking puberty? Made me very happy. Play with dick. So yeah, there's no, Digi. It's not that there's a lawsuit on me. All right, I'm fine. Didn't Maddox call himself a retard in his own lawsuit? It's possible. I don't remember the details at this point. It was months ago. But when I did my video on it, a lot of people were like, a lot of the fans were like, "You're wrong," right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, well, send me information. So they're like, but there's a restraining order. And I'm like, okay. So someone else fucked up, but that doesn't negate this entire other thing. And that's the key takeaway here. I have a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, did a YouTube video about it. And he tried playing that angle. And I'm just like, that's not even really an argument you can use because that's not the crux of this thing. It's like, oh, he did one thing back to this person that may be disingenuous, but that doesn't negate the entirety of the lawsuit. But that's kind of the way that we work. It's whataboutism. It's a wonderful Soviet-based tactic, right? It really is. But whataboutism, and I do it too, and I've been trying to stop, but goddamn, it gets really hard. So essentially it's like this. You go, well, okay, I'll give you an example using our commander-in-chief. Someone comes to me and says, I go to someone and I say, fuck Donald Trump. He's a stupid, dumb, stupid son of a bitch, right? He's a worst president ever. And then someone comes back with, well, yeah, but I mean, better than Hillary. Like, we don't even know what would happen if Hillary is president. We have no fucking idea because that reality doesn't exist here. If in the multiverse, if it is believed to be real, then yes, in some version of some reality, Hillary Clinton is president right now, completely being muff-dived by Bill in the Oval Office, and that's fine. In some abstract alternate reality, that's a thing. But it's whataboutism. It's just trying to discredit your argument by putting the focus on something else. And we have all done it, and it's hard not to sometimes. So that's kind of a fair amount of it. So, well, no, they're saying she's a proven corrupt operator, but Donald Trump is a proven corrupt businessman. All right. So it's kind of like, it's still whataboutism. That's the whole point. It's like, I can sit there and point at the argument that Donald Trump's children have not, or Ivanka and Trump have not divested from the Trump organization as they so promised. And Trump is still making money off of that. Ivanka's making money off of that. And then someone might come back with, yeah, but like the fucking Hillary Clinton Foundation or the Clinton Foundation, they got like millions from Saudis. It's like, again, that's not the point. Yes, that's an issue, and we should definitely talk about that. And the thing is, the biggest time whataboutism comes up for me is like when someone's arguing with me about Black Lives Matter or feminism, and then it's like I do the turnaround, I do the flip, and I'm trying to not do that anymore. I am honest to God trying not to. And I will fuck up and I will do it. Because sometimes it's just like a knee-jerk instant reaction to shit, and that's how it happens. So what's the worst government corruption or business corruption? The worst government corruption, in my opinion, has a lot to do. I would argue the Bay of Pigs is really bad. Because the Bay of Pigs, essentially, we sent CIA guys down to Cuba to try to, build up a resistance to overthrow Castro, and it failed spectacularly failed. And then we pulled out, right? We pulled out and left like 1,000 guerrilla troops to just be slaughtered. Like those people who died, and it could be more or less than 1,000. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was like around 1,000. But those people, that militia that was trying to fight back and free Cuba from communism at the behest of the United States government through subversive tactics, we bailed on and let them die. To Kennedy's credit, the dude, you know, came out and said some shit about it. But it's like, I still view that as being like pretty goddamn corrupt. I don't like it when we meddle in other people's elections. I don't. So yes, is this whole Russia thing kind of karmic punishment and payback? Absolutely. Worst corruption is North Korea. Well, I'm saying like government. I was thinking our government, but yeah, North Korea is pretty bad. But I have to just give Kim Jong-un credit for his ability to be creative when killing people, right? There's a creativity there that you have to almost, I don't want to say respect, but and definitely not admire, but go, yeah, this dude's stone cold cray cray, man. Stone cold cray cray. So there's definitely that. The worst corruption is Scotland's government. If you're referring to Dankula thing, no, it's not the worst corruption. It's stupid. It's idiotic. It's asinine. It's unnecessary. It's ridiculous. It's, dare I say it, retarded. But it's not the worst corruption of all time. Dank will get through this. When I brought up the Bay of Pigs thing, 1,000 people or so died at the hands. At our country's actions. Dank won't die. You know, he might get a tip of the meat sausage, but that's really about it. So, Kim has to be creative to keep people frightened or they right and kill him. Yeah, that's Azrael. That's a good point. Good point. What would I do with Bigfoot if he was real? Oh, man. I don't even know. I would just be like, man, that's fucking cool, man. It's fucking Bigfoot, dog. So, no, the ideology behind what happened in Scotland is definitely bad. At no point in time am I disagreeing with that. But we still have time to fight back against that. Now with the age of the internet, you're more able to do something like that. So I think that works out okay. What the fuck did you clip out, dude? What did you clip out? Doom Rider, you are noticed. Senpai notices you. Which government is close to 1984? I need to actually probably not. This is my last one of these, and once I'm done, I'll probably end up. I won't. Well, no, I bought 3 of them, and one of them is dead. I have to wait for the new one to come in. I don't know which one he clipped. I don't know which one he clipped at all. What do you say here? What's the clip? The thing, kind of karmic punishment and payback. Absolutely. Hold on. Corruption is North Korea. Well, I'm saying like government. I was thinking our government, but yeah, North Korea is pretty bad. But I have to just give Kim Jong-un credit. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Fucking asshole. You fucking asshole. Yeah, there's an echo. Yeah, I know. Tomorrow morning on the Kumite, Mundane Matt praises Kim Jong-un. That's going to be a goddamn headline. I'm now a hero in North Korea. You know what, man? I don't know. Fucking North Korea in the next 20 years is either gonna change shit or fucking gonna go crazy. So there's the thing is, like, I can understand and I don't want to say respect, but I can understand the villainry of certain people and like how, you know, stuff that they do that's pretty fucking crazy and everything else. That's definitely something. I have to give Kim Jong-un credit. Like I've said before, you have to sit there and very much give even Anita Sarkeesian the credit that she deserves as the internet villain that she is. And I say the respect she deserves, because the reason why I say respect is not from like an admiration standpoint. My reasoning behind that has nothing to do with admiration. It is everything to do with not underestimating your opponent, not underestimating what could happen next. If someone is good at a game of chess, you do not want to underestimate them if you're playing them. You want to respect their tactic, respect their ability, right? And then make sure you're prepared for it and can have a proper counter defense. That's what I'm talking about. But too many times people just like, they want to freak out and they go, blah, 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 you know, and that's it. That's what they want to do. And they never want to think about it. And this person's bad. And all they do is they play into this narrative. Okay. So this narrative exists in many cases where you've got like people that are just like, okay, let's take Anita. I'll just use Anita as an example, right? So they'll be like, she's just a dumb, stupid feminist. All she does is hate on the men's and probably clam dives like she's at the beach every day of the week. You know, and you're like, yeah, all right. So those are some points, right? You think that she just hates men and she's nothing but a, you know, professional muff diver. Fine. That's your opinion. Okay, cool. But are you kind of like not understanding how she got to that point? Are you not understanding what got her to this position, how things became where they became? Or are you just focusing on surface level bullshit that is not going to help solve the problem? People don't want that. Same thing goes to Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is the stupidest goddamn American president that's ever goddamn done been. That whole thing. Okay, but it's like, yeah, fine. I don't like him as a president, but why don't you like him as a president? Well, you know, he's done build a wall, kick out the beaners and the Muslims, you know, and it's just like, it's just the idea there is you have to, like, it's surface level stuff. So you can't, it's like, you got to go behind, underneath the surface sometimes. And look, the thing is, we all fuck up. We don't always do it. We don't always get it right. You know what I mean? But the idea there is that we as humans, as sentient, conscious beings have to at least be willing to like look beyond certain things. Now, like I said, I am not perfect, right? People, like I said, I mentioned the Maddox lawsuit earlier. People are coming at me like, you didn't read this thing. And I'm all like, yeah. So I'm a hypocrite. What can I say? Some captain, 100 bits here. Thank you so much, sir. Saying Kim Jong-un went to a Swiss boarding school and is a worldly entitled kid similar to Kushner. Trump is trying to make a deal with him to open North Korea to the world, and it may not be hard to do. It may not. And listen, I will fully admit, if Trump can get Kim Jong-un to come to the table and actually like make a deal, and let's be fair, let's be 100% realistic here. Trump, the great, the amazing, the wonderful, the one and only deal maker, has not made a deal in the 15 months that he's been president. He hasn't made a deal. Just last weekend, I'm signing this the ominous package, the ominous bill, but I don't like it, and I'm never going to do it again. That's not really making a deal. He said during the campaign, I'm going to bring Republicans and Democrats to the table and make them talk. He didn't do any of that. He's been playing party politics, playing his side. He's no better. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. So there's that. But if he gets the fucking North Korea thing done, I will definitely be on his side for that one. I will. I'll be on his side. Omnibus. Thank you. Ominous. Thank you. Omnibus. Again, I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. Trump's a fucking blowhard. Yeah, he is. It is. You know? Trump is... Is Trump and Un playing 5D chess against each other with the judges being in the world? It's not... Goddamn. Every fucking time with the fucking 4D, 5D, 8D, below D chess. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't know that the Champagne is now auto-hosting me for up to 5 viewers. Thank you very much, Champagne. Now, if you guys don't know who Top Hats and Champagne is, which is THA Champagne, he's a YouTuber now. He's a Twitcher. He's a Twitch streamer because he's tired of the policies on YouTube. But he's a really cool fucking dude. I've known this guy for a couple of years. I'm a big fan of his work. I always have been. Very, very, very thank you. Very solid thank you, sir, in order to be hosting this. I need to host your shit too. I have no idea how to fucking do that, but I'll figure it out later on because he's on here all the time. So I want to definitely do a lot of the hosting of my friends. So like Chris Reagan's on here a lot. Girl Does Rants on here a lot. I like both those people quite a bit. I know I've met Chris at VidCon. Top Hat, you motherfucker, is coming to the States. He's coming to Tennessee and he's going to fucking Los Angeles in August, right? And I'm like, you dick, because I'm going to be in LA in June for VidCon. And I'm like, you just come to fucking VidCon. Just come to fucking VidCon. And he's like, he's in Australia right now with his wife, you know. It's like, you bastard. But anyway, there's a VidCon in Australia. So have a reason to go to Australia to go to VidCon. Because I'm an international motherfucker. Did you know this? Did you guys know that my videos about Australian fucking government crackdown on fucking gaming, right? Their rating system has been used in a fucking Australian high school? Not even kidding you. I'm not even kidding you. I got an email one time from a kid who was like a junior in an Australian high school, and he's like, just so you know, my teacher used your video about the government video game rating system in Australia as part of our learning. Right? He used it as a resource and everything. He just told, I'm like, wait, didn't I swear a lot in that video? And he's like, yeah, you did, but he told us it's cool. Just be wary of the swearing. And I'm all like, that's fucking dope. So this is like 2013 me not showing my face, yelling into my goddamn iPhone, right? Like a fucking madman just yelling into the iPhone. And it ends up getting used as an education tool in an Australian high school classroom. And all I have to say to that is simply this: I am so fucking sorry. Those kids are probably way worse off now than they were before they saw my video. So there's that. Yeah, I'm doing better than Anita. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. So you have that. You have 3,000 for the fucking ticket to the Outback? No, I don't. No, I don't. I'll tell you what though, when that time comes for me to go to Australia, I'll change this bar down here. I'll just say ticket to Australia. And that will be how we fucking get the money to go to Australia. Oh, okay, that's what it is. I host and then the name. Let me take a look at this. I don't know if I spelled that correctly or not. I think I impronouncedly, and not impronounced. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. I don't know if that does it. Is that the thing? What am I doing? I have no idea what if I just listened to you, Claude Sandshark, and if you're wrong, I'm gonna boot you from the stream. That's how it's gonna go. Oh, Double Pulse, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate doing that. I appreciate I'm still trying to figure out this whole revenue system on Twitch. It's very interesting so far. What we've seen is like, you know, I'm not making as much as YouTube, but that's fine. So you know, the thing is that what I make for the most part, like Twitch gets some of it, obviously. But it's nowhere near as bad as what YouTube took, so I'm happy with that. Asriel Knox, why would I boot you, man? Why would I boot you? Why would I boot you? Why, motherfucker? Why? So yeah. So is 3D chess the chess game in Star Trek? It's possible. It's possible. Okay, now Claude Sandshark is hosting me. Oh, awesome. Thank you, man. I won't boot you for that, but I'll boot you for other stuff. Let's see. You're sub to a guy who you've watched for a couple years. He left for Hitbox Smashcast, but returned here after Smashcast. Well, yeah, right? Like, I liked Hitbox a couple years ago. I really did like Hitbox. I thought it could have easily competed with Twitch. They just, then they were bought out into Smashcast, and I've heard nothing but bad things about Smashcast. Have I played A Way Out yet? No. No, I have not played A Way Out. I need to. I love that guy's enthusiasm from the VGAs last year, so I have to give him credit. He's out there going like, you know, no microtransactions or none of that shit. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I want to play it. I've heard good things. I need to. But it's co-op. It's co-op only. It's only couch co-op, right? There's no single player. Like, that's the problem. Is like I gotta you know, I have to go to a friend's house at some point and play it. Stonebleed is saying he loves scroll porn. Well, hey man, look, everyone out there has you know, a fetish, and if yours happens to be watching two squirrels play a game of hide the nuts, then that's entirely up to you. And of course, you are entitled to whack it to whatever you want to whack it to. So by all means, whack away, whack away. Okay, you can invite someone online. Okay, cool. Nice. That'll work out pretty well. So okay, guys, it's 10:09. I have got to get into these stories here. Let's get ready to go, because this shit's gonna get crazy. Yeah. I added a swipe feature now, right? Oh. Oh, oh. Been playing a little bit today with my Stream Deck. Man, I love this fucking thing. So I've been doing if you saw the videos, the two videos I posted this afternoon on 3 Buck Theater, these were all done with the Stream Deck. I built the assets ahead of time and was doing everything, and it worked out pretty well. So, but they consent to me watching. Anubis, you saw, yeah, Boogie, yeah, man, that's sad that he got divorced, but he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. I hope one day to have that much massive weight loss. For me, it's like I feel like my face is getting a little bit thinner, but I'm trying to like get the body back. Well, the body's never been much of a shape outside of fluffy, but I'm trying to do a couple things. You know, I hit the gym tonight. Was working hard, you know, and then now I'm here. So there's that. Okay, Cloud Sandshark, I got it. I will check it out later on, man. You can drop it for right now. You need to start watching 3 Buck Theater. You really should. I've been posting a lot about Star Wars on there because there's a lot going on with Star Wars and other movies as well. Here's the thing I learned before I jump into this. The thing I've learned about running a niche channel, especially when it comes to like movies and stuff, is pretty much people only want like comic book, franchised, or those. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Alien, Indiana Jones, big, but like it's because it's what people are looking for. Like if I'm going to sit there and talk about an independent film, like no one's going to give a shit, which is not something I do want to spend more time talking about independent films, like because I feel like there's a lot of good indie movies out there that don't get seen enough, and a lot of the times we just like big blockbuster spectacles. So there's that. So there's yeah. So not my movie. No, my movie. People can see my movie. Why do people say that I backtracked? What do people say? Like, are you talking about Star Wars? That I backtracked on Star Wars? If that's what you're referring to, real swagness. Yeah, I got it. I did. It's part of the collection, man. I had to do it. Had to get it. Had to do all that shit. Have I seen Phantasm? Long goddamn time ago. A lot of indie movies are pure crap. Dave Wilford, I completely agree. I recommend you go check out iso-themovie.com. That's a huge pile of shit. I know because I wrote it, directed it, starred in it, and produced it. So there's that. Why? I don't know why people aren't in Discord, man. Those of you who want to come into the Discord party afterward, here's the Discord link. You can come on in. You can check it out. We can have fun. People in there. We've got a fair amount of people that are. And I think I've got like how many people have in my Discord now? I think I've got. Let's see, just about 700 people in there. Can't get on Discord at work. Old Dwarven Giant, damn it. You can do a, there's a web browser version of it you can get. So, I'll have to post it to you later on. So yeah, we got to get into the stories today though. We are definitely behind. You guys keep asking me questions. I keep talking to you. I need to not talk to you. All right. I need to just not do it. Hit record. All right, make sure everything here is fine. Computer's going good. I'm not dropping as many frames as I was last night, so that's fucking dope. Everything looks sweet. Okay. All right, guys. Command sign snaps. Streamlabs.com/mundane map. All right. Last night on television, we saw the return of one of the greatest shows from the 1980s and the 1990s, predominantly the 90s because that's when it had the longest run. And I, of course, am referring to Roseanne. The revival of the show was something that I have been waiting for since they announced it. I remember when John Goodman and Sarah Gilbert did the little skit for the show, The Talk that she was on, and then the conversation that came up during it about whether or not John Goodman would come back to do a revival, and he said anytime. And then just a couple days later, they were in talks to make it happen, and then it happened. I was blown away. I was blown away that they were bringing it back and that they were going to be kind of unabashedly tackling current social issues. And one of the biggest ones actually was Roseanne and Dan both being Trump supporters. And that actually really angered a lot of people going into this particular revival. Except It didn't anger middle America and the working class because 18 million people watched last night. Yeah, 18 million people watched. And SJWs are freaking mad. Over here on Deadline, it says Roseanne's revival huge debut stuns Hollywood, prompts soul searching. Yeah, it prompts soul searching because this Hollywood at this point is trying to figure out what the hell. 18.5 million people watched the 2 episodes they aired last night. Now, a lot of it probably was out of some form of nostalgia or curiosity, obviously, but there still were good episodes. I laughed my ass off all the way through. It felt like no time has passed. My favorite thing about it, by the way, happened to be how they completely, 100% just disregarded that 9th season. Ugh, right? But they still made fun of the series finale where we found out Dan was dead. They revived Dan, so now the best TV dad, and I would want to argue probably all of TV, is back. He's alive and he's great. John Goodman is just an amazing person who I love. But going on, the article says, both Trump and Roseanne were able to tap into the overlooked and underdeserved working class audience. Not surprisingly, the top TV markets where Roseanne delivered its highest ratings were in states handily won by Trump. Number 1 was Tulsa in Oklahoma, which Trump won with 65.3% of the vote. It was followed by Cincinnati, Ohio, and Kansas City. The only big city from a blue state in which the top 10 was Chicago at number 5. That is the area where the series is set. ABC focused some of its marketing efforts in the region with a preview of the revival at the 54th Chicago International Film Festival. Now, the top market in the country, New York, was not in the top 20. Number 2, Los Angeles, was not in the top 30. And yet Roseanne delivered the highest demo rating for a comedy telecast in 3.5 years, since the fall 2014 season premiere of The Big Bang Theory. So think about that, right? You've got the left coast and the east coast, New York and LA, big markets, the number 1 and number 2 TV markets in the country. And they couldn't even break the top 20 in New York or the top 30 in LA. But when it came to middle America, when it came to the flyover states, the places where Trump did win, no question about it, they dominated. And I mean fucking dominated. And when you go and you watch the show, especially when it comes to dealing with the whole Trump voting and that whole situation, it was handled actually really well. They never once said Trump's name. They never said Hillary's name, but they definitely played up both sides of the situation for comedic effect. Roseanne was criticizing Hillary, made jokes about lying and pantsuits on fire sort of thing, while Jackie was rocking the pink pussy hat and wearing a nasty woman t-shirt. That was part of the joke. And the thing was, in the context of the characters that, by the way, I've watched this series now at least 4 times. So when it comes to Roseanne and Jackie, I have a pretty solid fundamental understanding of who they are. And one of the reasons why I keep going back to that show and why I love reruns is because of how honest and truthful these characters feel to real life, because that's how they were portrayed. And so to look at not even so much the extreme of Roseanne, because they very much did taper that down, but the extreme of Jackie, it worked very well to complement each other, that we get a laugh at the extremes of both sides, and that people on both sides can actually come together and have a conversation. That's what I really liked about that. I liked that they were able to work out their differences, because they hadn't spoken in a year. Sorry, spoiler alert, but they hadn't spoken in a year at this point, and this is what brought, family brought them back together, and it basically was kind of like the antithesis to what we might expect from Thanksgiving dinner. Right? And that's one thing I really enjoyed about it. And I was talking about it with some friends of mine who are very left-wing, and I got multiple different types of thoughts. One of my friends hated the fact that they were Trump supporters, but then again, he never grew up watching the show. He's in his 50s. He's not a huge fan. He's an East Coaster, prefers Seinfeld. But another friend of mine who I went to school with growing up, she's a super lefty, and I mean a super freaking lefty. And she watched it, and she loved it. Absolutely loved it. And she's like, my favorite show from when I was a kid was back. And that's probably the greatest thing about how they tackled the situation. So SJWs, not all, but I would say in this particular case, the New York and you know, the New York and the West Coast crowd clearly weren't watching it. Now, this could be because of the fact that there was a big stink about Roseanne being a Trump supporter. They even went around and they did all of the press. They went on like the huge media blitz, all the talk shows to promote the show. So that could be a thing too. But I also wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that, you know, in New York and in, you know, the West Coast, you have a lot of cord cutters. And this aired on ABC where they may not get it right away. So what we're going to have to wait for ultimately is to determine or to find out whether or not, you know, the second day, the online watching, if those numbers pick up at all. But one of the things I do want to look at here is Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Rotten Tomatoes has, they have a few rotten reviews here, and this gives you an idea of kind of what the left-leaning audience, like the super SJWs, are thinking. So you have here is Megan Garber from The Atlantic saying they're on the nose, they're reductive, they're easy. They conflate partisanship politics writ large. They suggest American political situation that is a matter of performance and personality rather than of systemic crisis. Yeah, well, I mean, Megan, come on. Come on. They're a middle class, like a lower middle class family from the Midwest that has struggled their entire life. And this is not like, you know, me just making things up. You've literally watched Roseanne from the 1980s, the late 80s, and to the late 90s. 9 seasons, with only the last season of them winning the lottery of 120 million and having it just be batshit crazy and nowhere near as fun. But you saw them struggle, you saw them grow, you saw them lose, you saw them gain. This is just kind of how things are. And so the political narrative that they're going with here, the idea that they're pushing, has more to do with the fact that these people are, you know, going to work out their differences because they're family, regardless of what they politically believe. But she's like, no, you can't do that. You've also got Meryl Barr from Forbes saying the show is painfully stuck in the 90s, all the way down to its minimal storytelling that fails to compel. The tale is there is a tale to be told about the hardships of Middle America in 2018. In Roseanne, that story is tossed aside for some minimal lip service. It's a 21-minute long show. It's a 21-minute long show. We got 2 episodes. So it was, yeah, maybe 44 minutes. Okay, they're doing 9 episodes total for this first season at least. So what kind of stories do you think they're going to tell about the hardships of Middle America while they're trying to reintroduce the cast and reintroduce everything? Right? Now, the key is you have to pay attention to the show a little bit. This is what I think they're not doing. Now, DJ is married to a black woman. They have a mixed race child, right? Both DJ and his wife were in the military. DJ is out. She's currently serving overseas in Syria. And that girl that he married is actually the girl from one of the earlier seasons. The girl that DJ was going to be in a play with, and he had to kiss her, but he didn't want to because she was black. And that was a big topic at the time about race relation. Well, as a way of continuing that conversation, especially in current year, they decided to, I don't know, hook them up and give them a child. So that's going to be a subject matter. Darlene is currently dealing with a gender fluid son named Mark. And that's a big topic for the second episode, so on and so forth. And so we get all of these different aspects of our society where we currently are in terms of race and gender identity and politics involving family. And they're looking at it from the perspective of saying, well, let's make this a little bit fun, but still at the end of the day show that we're still family and we still freaking love each other. But unfortunately, these die-in-the-cast left-wing SJWs who do not have a funny bone in their entire body can't see past their own seething rage at our president, a person with whom I am in not agreement with at all, but they can't see past that in order to go back to a time when, yes, maybe it was simpler. 20 years ago when Roseanne ended, life was simpler. But this isn't showing us something that's stuck in the past. It's moving to the future, but it's also showing us that life is maybe not as complicated as it seems. And I don't know about you, but I am perfectly happy with what I saw. I loved it. I adore it. I'm going to watch it again, and I can't wait to see it next week. Sorry, that was yeah, it's I was pretty impassioned, right? I'd say I was pretty impassioned. Yeah, the original Becky is back. And so is old new Becky. New Becky's back too. New Becky is back too. So, okay. We're going to do the crazier oh no, that one's oh no, that is the right one. Okay. Make sure I got that slide up. Okay. So there's that. You're trying to. Here's the thing with the gender fluid kid. It comes up, it's a discussion, but they don't beat you over the head with it or anything else like this. They're more like talking about it from the perspective of this is like a 9-year-old kid and this is what he's into. And it's just like, it's a phase, but like, is it a phase? Isn't it a phase? But does that take away from him being a human being? And the kid identifies as a boy, but just likes to wear dresses. And that's about it. It's not like he's a 9-year-old boy who's trying to transition by taking hormones and everything else like this. That could possibly come up later on, but I don't think they want to push the boundary that much. Maybe they haven't covered gerrymandering, but they might. The thing is, I've always loved Roseanne. So, you know, what the fuck exactly? No, I'm not talking about the new organ. I told you I'm not talking about the new organ. What we are going to be talking about, though. Oh my God, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. Okay. Remember, I'm just going to put it out there. Streamlabs.com/mundane Matt. Because I got to get paid, motherfucker. You think I work for free? Nah, I do whatever, but. Okay. We're rocking 94 people in here. Fucking fantastic, man. Fantastic. God damn. I just spent like 9 minutes ranting about a TV show. Go look it up, dude. Go look it up, man. All right. All right. Snaps or traps, guys. Snaps or traps. One of my biggest fears about entering into young adulthood, the idea of going out and seeking a female partner for the act of copulation with contraceptives, has always been the spread of STDs. I remember when I was in 5th grade and we were first learning about syphilis and herpes and chlamydia. And of course, the all-powerful, the all-crazy, the all-gonorrhea. Well, it turns out that even though gonorrhea is a really bad thing, we might be encountering something even worse now because of Oh, no, shit, this is the wrong one. Hold on. I used the wrong slides. Okay, wrong one. I thought we were on the Super-Gonorrhea story. We're not. We're on the other one here. I set up the wrong slides. Okay. Hold on. Let me just crap that up. That's just what happens when you do it live, folks. I had queued up the wrong story. I had totally queued up the wrong goddamn story. That's okay. That's my bad. I fucked that one up. Well, I totally fucked up that story. We'll do it live. I know. Time to start over. Facepalm. Oh, I deserve it. There's definitely, definitely. All right. This is what makes me more. It humanizes me because I fuck up. I fuck up all the time, man. But it's all good. It's all good. Oh, god damn it, Digi, stop it. Stop clipping me, you son of a bitch. Okay. Let's do this right. Snaps, traps, motherfucker. Super-Gonorrhea affects more. Yeah, it does. It really does. That was embarrassing. That's good. Yeah, you fuck you, Digi, you asshole. Okay. All right. Professional. I'm a professional. I do this all the goddamn time, right? Okay. All right. Shit, I don't even know how to fucking start the story now. I'm thinking about Super-Gonorrhea. Fuck me. Okay. All right, I can do this. I'm recording, which is why I can keep snapping. Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay, I got this now. When I was going to elementary school, there were only 2 genders, right? There were only 2 sexes. You couldn't identify as a boy if you were a girl, and you couldn't identify as a girl if you were a boy, and you sure as hell couldn't identify as an attack helicopter if you are Canadian and Lauren Southern. But now we're getting into a weird age. It's been, 30 years since I was in elementary school almost, and times are changed, whether you want them to be or not. And we find ourselves in a situation now where a teacher claims she was suspended after having a talk with her class about the LGBTQ, I guess you could say movement or community. Well, here it says, a teacher was suspended for discussing sexual orientation with elementary students. Yeah, the key word there being Texas, and then her discussing sexual orientation. Those two don't quite go hand in hand. I mean, look, I'm not trying to go after Texans here. Clearly, you guys have your own place and you have your own thoughts and your opinions. But I think many of you will agree with me when I say that having the discussion about sexual orientation with students is not something that many people in Texas probably think should happen, right? Well, here's the story. So a teacher in Texas was suspended after she allegedly refused to stop talking about sexual orientation with elementary-aged children. Stacy Bailey, 31, an art teacher from Charlotte Anderson Elementary, has been suspended without pay since September. The school said it received several complaints from parents about Miss Bailey's classroom behavior. When officials met with the teacher to address the matter, she allegedly insisted that this is her right and this is the age appropriate for her to have ongoing discussions with elementary-age students about her own sexual orientation, the sexual orientation of artists, and their relationship with other gay artists. The district said Miss Bailey refused to follow directions regarding age-appropriate conversations with students. And here's the thing. I actually am on the side of the administration here, which as a left coast living liberal, I shouldn't be. I should be outraged. I should be going, roar! But no, ultimately it's like this. Look, when I was in school, 5th grade, when we started doing the sex ed talk, okay, and that felt young. I was 10, all right, but now they're doing it in like 3rd grade. They're doing it younger and younger and younger. It might be because kids are developing earlier and earlier and earlier, but I feel like this is not the place for the teacher to have that conversation. Now, I understand that the LGBT community exists and that they have their own struggles and they're trying to fight their way right now for acceptance. And I'd say probably maybe like 90% of places they are accepted, but there are going to be problems there. There are always going to be issues. The trans bathroom issue from was it West Virginia or North Carolina or something? There's always going to be problems with it in certain places. But the question is, though, well, 2 questions. One, is it the right place to have that discussion with children, elementary age children, about sexual orientation when kids at that age have no concept of their own sexual orientation, at least in the concepts of being able to accurately act upon it? I do not believe that elementary age children have the agency, the maturity, and the intellect to accurately make those decisions about what they want to do with their body or whom they're attracted to. I just don't. I'm sorry. You want to call me a right winger on that one? That's entirely your opinion, but that's how I look at it. Okay, I'm not like Amos Yee that thinks a 6-year-old can grant sexual consent. That's just grody and wrong on so many levels. But at the other side, I'm like, look, the teacher might have been answering questions, because if they're elementary age kids are going to be have questions. And I'm pretty certain, because this woman has probably already gone off and had multiple run-ins with the school administration over talking about her sexual orientation, it's pretty likely that her students know precisely, that she likes to play Scissor Me Timbers on every weekend night. And that's perfectly fine. They can talk about that, but it's like, what details are they talking about that? Because if you go back to the article here, it says that she talks about her sexual orientation, the sexual orientation of artists, and their relationship with other gay artists. But what does it have to do with teaching? Now, if they were asking her about her sexuality and like her wife, then that's one thing. That's one thing. I think that discussion, surface level discussion, maybe not a bad thing. Okay, if she is an open lesbian and she's married and she's teaching and they know it, then it's really not that big of a deal. But if she's getting into discussing artists who are gay, having relationships with other artists who are gay, I just don't really see that this is the proper place, the appropriate place to have this discussion. But that being said, I do want to point out here though that this teacher, Stacey Bailey, is not like a newcomer teacher. She's not a teacher who apparently has a bad track record, and isn't, I guess you could say, recognized or awarded for her teaching efforts. Because even finding this here on Twitter, this is just from last year. Congrats again to our 2016 Charlotte Anderson Teacher of the Year, Miss Stacey Bailey. And the thing is, this woman became Teacher of the Year 2 years ago, which means that the student or the administration, they know she's a good teacher. They know she can teach. But the question, I think, has to do with the way the political climate has become in this country. If I'm just being fair, I'd argue that quite a lot of this has to do with kids maybe getting exposed to stuff that they shouldn't be exposed to, and then asking questions. Now, I have a daughter. She's 4 months, so she's way off from that kind of stuff. And she'll ask me questions at that age about all that stuff. And I'm going to have to sit there and think about what I'm going to want to tell her about that. But at the same time, that's my right as a parent to explain that to my child. And I don't believe that a teacher, even a teacher who was a 2016 Teacher of the Year at that school, has the right to go into those kind of discussions multiple times with children. If they're asking her about her wife and asking her about that, then I think that's generally okay. But when you start going past surface level into more of a deep conversation, even if the kids are inquisitive, it's not the right time or place. And if that makes me more on the conservative side of things, I'm fine with that. I don't think she should be silenced from having an opinion or speaking, but there does need to be a time and a place for everything. But the way it looks to me is that she's had multiple run-ins with the administration, and that she had these conversations with kids. Some kid went home and complained. That mom or that dad complained to the school, and then they basically shut her down the next day. And it's been since September that she's been on disciplinary leave without pay. And for a person who was the 2016 Teacher of the Year, I can't help but ask the question if this is a situation where she is being ostracized for a political reason, or maybe a personal reason, over one that relates to her job. And unfortunately, until we know more, that's kind of where we're left. I just hope that I hope that people, when they approach these subjects with children, treat it with a bit more tact, because sometimes teachers overstep their bounds in discussing things with kids that the parents want to do. And I know that in my case, if it were me, I would be upset too, and I'd probably say something. I wouldn't want her suspended, but I would definitely want her to know that her place is to teach the fundamentals to get my child through to the next grade and to teach my child some life skills. But when it comes to those kind of subjects, that's my right as a parent, not yours. Sexual orientation equals super-gonorrhea? Yes. 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 I don't know. I mean, am I wrong in that opinion? Like, am I wrong that I want to be the one to have that conversation with my kid? You know, like, I just don't want a teacher to do it. Alex, wait, are you serious? Alex Jones says that the government talking to children about sexual orientation and genitals is child abuse. I don't agree with that. I don't agree it's child abuse. If they were trying to force someone to do something they don't want to do, then that's abuse. But simply having a conversation. To sum up, wait till the kids are entering puberty to teach them about sex ed. Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Ooh, hey, we are almost at 100 follower or 100 viewers. That's awesome. I don't know. I mean, like, it's a tough subject because, like, I think even my girlfriend, who again, she's very left-leaning, would very much want to have that discussion. Like, we'd want to have that discussion with our daughter ourselves. And it kind of feels like this teacher was probably pushing it multiple times. So I don't know. End cut, edit post on YouTube in 12 hours. No, it will be up on YouTube. This one will be up on YouTube tomorrow morning, probably at the 9 a.m. slot, maybe 9 or 7:30 a.m. And if you wonder why I post the content at 6, 7:30, and 9 a.m., it's because honestly, the earlier in the morning, I'm getting a lot more views. What's going on, Jumisx? Kids need a good goddamn sex education, a real one, not that don't have sex education. Oh yeah, I completely agree that the whole abstinence thing is bullshit. Where am I playing most of my games so far? On my Xbox One, I am still playing Kingdom Come. That game owns my life at this point. Oh my god, that game owns my fucking life. That game is great. If you have not played Kingdom Come Deliverance, you need to get it, and you will spend hours and hours and hours. I'm off topic, but I did this thing today. I'm on this quest where I needed to go and acquire some enemy uniforms so we could basically pull off a heist and blame it on the bad guys. And so I find a bandit camp that's got the uniforms that I need, and I have multiple ways of going in there to handle this, right? So what I choose to do is I have this thing called Bane Potion, and it kills you. It will kill you. It poisons you. It's a death potion. So there's a pot of food, and there's a pot with food in it on the stove or on the fireplace. So I end up firing an arrow in the camp from the other side of the camp, lure the 4 guards away, run around because I'm basically running silent through the woods. I've got the perk where like they can't hear me. I'm basically invisible. Sneak around. I drop the poison inside of their food, and then I back away. And I sneak back into the forest. I disappear into the trees like Rambo and shit. I'm fucking special ops, man. In 15th century fucking Bohemia. I'm doing that. And I wait, and they come back out. And they all sit down. They all come right over to the freaking fire pit, pull out bowls, start eating. And then I wait about 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden, like the first one gets up and collapses, right? And he's fucking dead. And then like the next one, they're all, oh my god, like they all pull out their swords, and then one by one they all start dropping, and they all die. And I walk over, I'm all like stealing their shit, taking their stuff, and yeah. Or if I wanted, I waited for them to go to sleep. I could have snuck into camp while they were sleeping. I could have silently murdered them all. I could have, put poison on an arrow, fired an arrow at one of them and poisoned him to where he would have slowly died. You can sneak it behind. I mean, like the game is just fucking, it's amazing. It's really good. Snake has nothing on me. Damn straight. So every time you want to buy a game, you watch Yahtzee Zero Punctuation to save your money. Yeah, I get that. People like him. So, I'm just saying it is a solid game. It is a very, very solid game, and I like it quite a bit. So I'm definitely happy with my purchase. It's a great game. I do plan on I do want to play through it again. I really want to play through it again. So we've got that. Okay. Let's jump. Oh, I need to go and set up the next one here. Where's studio mode? Okay. All right. And there we go. Okay. Pew, 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 pew. So yeah, there's that. Have I heard people have been having issues with the S7? You're talking like the Samsung S7 Note? The one that blew up? Yeah. No, I didn't walk into the freaking camp going, die, yes, you will all die. I mean, my Bane is fucking horrible. Let's go to fine. Let's go. Oh God, we'll go to story number 3. Jesus. Wow. 6 children feared dead after SUV plunged off California cliff. Jesus. That's sad. Oh, the Galaxy S7? I got rid of the S7 and I upgraded to the S8. And I wouldn't mind getting the S9, but I don't have enough money for it right now. I don't have Rogue Galaxy, but I've heard a lot about it. Ultra bullet. No, we're not doing that. We are not doing the Super-Gonorrhea story just yet. So, well, that's coming up. Super-Gonorrhea is coming up, but not quite yet. What I need to do on this, I thought about this today, is like getting like a making an audio clip for like Super-Gonorrhea and like putting all the effects on it and then having that be hotkeyed so I can just hit a button. So I should do that. I should put buttons on here for like hotkey sounds. Make it more of a morning show. Yes, I am saving the best for last. All right, man. Okay. Let's get ready here. All right, remember guys, professional face, hashtag professional face, command sign, snaps. I think, how many snaps are we at right now? Morning show at 9 p.m. 9:30 p.m., sir. 9:30 p.m. So the whole family is dead. SUV, that's fucking sad, man. 286 snaps. Let's get to 300 snaps. I think snaps are like likes. Let's treat them like likes. 300, right. Okay. Professional. Hold on, thinking. Okay. What's really interesting when it comes to YouTube and how people make money at it is through sponsorships and those kind of products, those kind of videos. Fuck, hold on. I fucked it up. Okay. One of the coolest things about being a YouTuber full time are sponsored deals. I'm not going to lie. They are fun because you make a lot of money for a very little amount of work in most cases. It's just, hey, talk about this product or do a standalone video dedicated to this product. Now, it's not all rainbows, sunshines, and blowjobs, because when you do it, we, at least here in the United States, are bound by, well, the FTC for proper disclosure. And it's something that not everyone gets right. You know, they want as much disclosure as humanly possible, but people do make mistakes. And oftentimes it's just, through ignorance, not malice. But there are a lot of people out there that simply do not disclose that they are doing a sponsored content. And that is something that does come up quite a bit, and there's not a lot of oversight. But what we've been learning now is that there are way more people not providing disclosure than we previously thought. Now, it says here that most YouTube influencers still do not disclose sponsored deals. Same goes for Pinterest, according to a new Princeton study. Now, what you have to understand when it comes to this, and I mean this legitimately, there is a lot of money at play over this. There is a lot of money at play. There are people out there that will pay you several $1,000s for like a very quick video. There are companies out there that will have a marketing budget to go to influencers on a multitude of platforms that will pay a grip load of cash because they know that it's a direct connect to the audience instead of having like a commercial on either a TV show or maybe a radio station or something. Influence media right now is a big thing. I've done a couple sponsored videos myself, and I've been very, I've tried to be as upfront as humanly possible when it comes to the disclosure portion of that. Now, there are people out there that thought that even though I talked about it in the video and I put it in the title and in the video description, that it wasn't good enough. And that's because the FTC very much wants as much disclosure as humanly possible, but it's still kind of a weird gray area. Now, the article says here that it's been almost a year since the FTC warned social media influencers that they should clearly and conspicuously disclose if they are being paid to post a video. But according to a new Princeton University research, most YouTube and Pinterest influencers still don't add proper disclaimers to the content they produce. The researchers analyzed over 500,000 YouTube videos and over 2.1 million unique Pinterest pins from August to September 2017 for the study. They found that 3,472 videos and 18,237 pins in the bunch had affiliate links, but only 10 and 7% respectively contained written disclosures. Those who didn't have disclosures didn't follow FTC guidelines, which recommended lengthier explanation than, hey, these are affiliate links. The FTC wants influencers to be very clear in their wording. For instance, they can write, I make a small commission every time you purchase through these links. According to lead author Arnesh Mathur, his study doesn't even represent all types of undisclosed affiliate partnerships, since they didn't take coupon codes or other linkless deals into account. That said, the researchers also didn't take into account any disclosure YouTubers mentioned in the video and those written in languages other than English. Mather, however, is fairly confident that only a tiny fraction of content creators disclose affiliate links at places other than the description. Hold on. So I fucked that one up. Yeah, no, that's probably true. I mean, I sometimes will put like my Patreon link, or I'll put an Amazon link, and I'll say it's an affiliate link in the little 5-second ad, and then I'll say Amazon affiliate link in the video description. I was figuring that was entirely within the correct aspect of running proper disclosure. Perhaps it wasn't. Perhaps I was making a mistake for those videos. But again, it's very vague, right? They want you to say what an affiliate link is, but when you say what it is, most people know what an affiliate link is. They know that if you buy something through that the person is going to get a cut. I mean, hell, Amazon, there's a lot of things you can buy through Amazon that you don't even get a cut of, right? I mean, like, put it like this, you buy a video game through Amazon, like if you bought it through my link, I get maybe like 60 cents or something. It's really not that much. It requires a lot of people to purchase. But at the same time, I would argue something like that would kind of meet the definition, the requirements of FTC guidelines. Now, I know for a freaking fact that when people came after me before, they accused me of doing sponsored content in the form of attack videos against someone, and they reported me to the Federal Trade Commission, trying to get me in trouble for something I didn't do. And if those guys who are that crazy, that militant, that nuts about this kind of ethical disclosures really wanted to cause a dent in that particular marketplace, they could sit there and find a lot of these same videos that these creators are doing, and they could ding them on not being ethical about it. And that's definitely one of the things that they should look into, because this is an important factor. YouTube is my job. It's my career. I make money at this, and it's one of those things where I very much want to continue making money at this. And if I can get more sponsorship jobs, I want to be as upfront and ethical as humanly possible. But again, because of the wording and the way things work out, a lot of people sometimes think, and not maybe a lot, but some people think that it's what you're doing is not enough. And it becomes this weird kind of battle with people that feel like, you know, by doing any kind of sponsorship, you are in fact just becoming an absolute shill, which we do get quite a bit. Now, it goes on to say here that advertising on social media without proper disclosure has become a huge issue in recent years. Just take a look at celebrities' accounts and you'll see them promoting products without saying they're getting paid for the post. It's not the advertisements themselves that are the problem. It's that without the proper label, people won't know whether influencers are simply recommending a product they like or if they're getting paid to praise it. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook have labels influencers can use to indicate sponsorship, but they're a bit too subtle for the FTC. Things might change as more and more social media superstars pop up. Mather and his team, for one, believe that the answer lies in browsers. They plan to develop an extension that can automatically detect and highlight affiliate marketing in campaigns. Now, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You know, have an extension there to see exactly who is using affiliate marketing. But here's the other thing with that too. Not every kind of sponsored content is going to happen through affiliate marketing, right? A little over a year ago, I did a sponsored video for the mobile game, Best Fiends Forever. There was no affiliate link in that one. I linked to the game, to its page, but it wasn't an affiliate link. All right. But here's the thing too, is the FTC, you know, yeah, they may not like where things are at, but they also haven't changed any of the wording over the course of the past couple of years. So when the article says, or at least the findings of the Princeton study say that that these particular disclosures are a bit too subtle for what the FTC wants, even then it's just kind of like their own website gives you vague examples of what to use. So it's kind of like there's wiggle room there. What I do think here ultimately is that there's a lot of people that aren't trying to do this maliciously. They're not trying to do this as a way to screw anyone over. They just don't quite understand the way it works. Now, when I did the video for Best Fiends Forever, I went through famebit.com. They actually contacted me. They're the ones who found me. We worked the whole thing out, and I had to sign a disclosure agreement where I went through what they wanted. and I had to sign an agreement to it. And then when I made the video, when I made the content and I put it up there, before I posted it, I sent it to them. Their team reviewed the entire video, reviewed the title, the tags, the description, to make sure that I was in fact FTC compliant. And the thing is what I did on that was not much different than what I've done for other videos that I've done that are sponsored. So I think that they're being a little bit too harsh on what the FTC wants here. But at the same time, and to kind of wrap this whole thing up, this is only in regards to the United States. In the UK, right, where there are a lot of influencers over in the UK and also beyond, there are no such restrictions. The last I checked, at least. So people in the United States that are bound to disclose if something they're promoting is an ad is not the same rules and regulations as overseas. And so when it comes to that, because you know, the United States YouTubers or influencers are not necessarily just in their own bubble, that no one else gets access to this kind of stuff. They do. And if those people out there are not bound by the same rules we are, then they get to play by their own rules. And I'm not saying that's totally not fair. No. It's totally fair on our end to disclose things. But it's up to their government to push them to do the same. And until they do, we're the ones feeling the brunt of this, because we're the ones that are going to be heavily criticized when everyone else is just going to get away with it practically scot-free. So it's I'm saying it's like there are people out there that do it. There are people out there that you know, that do violate. I've seen some American YouTubers violate it accidentally. It's not on purpose or nothing. Ooh, hey, I've done 300 traps. Nice. Wait. Do not clip that, Digi. Do not clip that. Do not do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get your hashtag wands ready. Fantastic Beast, The Crimes of Grindelwald arrives in theaters November 16th. All right. I have, by the way, just getting told right now that I have completed my pathway to partnership. I've done all that, so that's pretty freaking cool. Hold on a second. So yeah, there's you guys have been great. You guys have been awesome. I've actually been able to become what is it? A Twitch partner. Hold on. I'm applying right now. I want to get out of the way. I usually broadcast news stories and okay. Oh, I'll come back to that one, but yeah. So thank you guys. That's pretty cool. They sent me a thing saying like, oh yeah, you've just now meet the requirements for a partner, which is 25 hours streaming over the course of 30 days, which I've done. Having 75 concurrent viewers, which I've done. And yeah, I've hit it pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that right now. So we're gonna get some. Are we gonna get some mundane mad emotes to spam everywhere? Possibly. I have no fucking idea what any of that is. So we can figure that one out. And we definitely have gone up a fair amount on Twitch in terms of subs. I know I'm over 2,000 now, which I'm pretty happy with. And that's freaking cool. Yeah, 2,079. 2,079. That's pretty great. Okay. Let's see. The UK is something similar to the FTC. I don't think they're more vicious, man. The last I heard, there's no rules for that over there. I've heard there's no rules, and if there are, then I'm totally wrong. But that's been updated. But a couple years ago, I was hearing that there was nothing. So Matt has a trap for an emote. Yes. All right, let's okay, it's 11 o'clock right now. I need to go check on the kid here in a little bit. So let me get ready for the last story here. Because now we're getting into Super-Gonorrhea. Because I already fucking thought I was doing Super-Gonorrhea. And you guys you guys got got a bit of a thing about super-gonorrhea. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. Traps are not gay, to be honest. Yeah. I don't... Okay. We are recording. Super reason is never shake hands with people ever again. Pretty much. Pretty damn much. You've been excited to hear about super-gonorrhea. Yeah, super-gonorrhea sounds so wrong, but also so right. So right. Okay. Actually, hold on. I want to see something real quick. Is that... Hold on. That's not even. There, yeah, that's even. Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure that like that looked off to me, and I wanted to touch that. Okay. So get ready, guys. Get ready. I can do this. I can do this. You know what sucks? STDs. They suck. They blow. They're terrible. They're crap. You can't even call them STDs anymore. You have to call them sexually transmitted infections or STIs. I just, I understand the desire to try to like make it seem less grody, right? But overall, it's a disease. And it's oftentimes diseases can be treated with certain types of medication. Penicillin is a pretty good one for getting rid of some nasty bugs that might impact your genitals. Unless you have herpes, in which case, hey, guess what? You're like a lot of other people out there, so you're really not special if you have herpes. So please, Monica, stop making comments that you're special because you have herpes. Everyone, fucking 90% of the population has herpes these days. Get the hell over your damn self, all right? Just get some Valtrex on that damn shit. But anyway, there's a new player in town when it comes to sexually transmitted diseases, and that would be Super-Gonorrhea. That's right. Man has world's worst super-gonorrhea. Now, I don't know about you, but that's not something I'd ever want to be known for. I'm not saying I don't want to have it personally, honestly. I never want to have it. But when it comes like having an article written about having super-gonorrhea, it just sounds like you contracted something that was, it's, you're not going to be a superhero after getting it, right? You're not going to be able to sit there and say, oh, I contracted super-gonorrhea, therefore I'm now super-gonorrhea man. No, not the thing at all. But this kind of gonorrhea is definitely scary. So it says here that a man in the UK has caught the world's worst ever case of super-gonorrhea. He had a regular partner in the UK, but picked up the superbug after a sexual encounter with a woman in Southeast Asia. So this dude, I love how they dance around the subject there. Well, he had a partner in the UK, but it wasn't until a sexual encounter in Southeast Asia, to which case he contracted the super-gonorrhea. It's just like, dude, he cheated on whoever the hell he was with, right? He had a partner, he cheated on her, okay? Or maybe not. They say that they're very much not using gender here at all. Very interesting, isn't it? Doesn't it kind of, it kind of makes you think that this person might in fact be a dude who likes other dudes. Anyway, the Public Health England says this is the first time this infection cannot be cured with the first choice antibiotics. Health officials are now tracing any other sexual partners of the man who has not been identified in an attempt to contain the infection spread. So we've gone from, sir, you've contracted the world's worst case of super-gonorrhea that's currently immune to all of our first-choice antibiotics. So you contracted this in Southeast Asia in a random sexual encounter, and we need to absolutely positively make sure that you have not infected anyone else. Is it possible that you were not a flight attendant in your previous life that died from AIDS? Because that's kind of what this feels like here. And that's a horrible joke to make, and that whole AIDS epidemic from the 80s was terrible, terrible, terrible. But still, super-gonorrhea is out there in the world, and it's infecting people, and it cannot be stopped. That is where we are right now. So anyway, He says he picked up the infection earlier in the year. The main antibiotic treatment, a combination of, I'm not even going to pronounce those drugs, has failed to treat the disease. Dr. Gwenda Hughes from Public Health England says this is the first time a case has displayed such high-level resistance to both these drugs and to most other commonly used antibiotics. Discussions with the World Health Organization and the European Centers for Disease Control agree that this is a world first. Well, isn't that lovely, right? Isn't that special? You're going to go down in history as the first person in the West that's contracted super-gonorrhea, right? So the question here, the question that I have in regards to all this, for one, is where did you contract it? Okay, Southeast Asia. How did you contract it? Are there any other cases in that region of Southeast Asia of super-gonorrhea? And if there aren't, and if you didn't even pass it to the person that you came back and you were bumping uglies with after you got a little bit rough in the tumble with someone in Southeast Asia, then what does that tell you about how this disease is spread? If super-gonorrhea is something that's going to be completely immune to antibiotics that are the normal, cure for this, then, but it didn't transmit to the other partner or partners that this man has had, something tells me, and I'm going to be going full tinfoil hat here, that this is a synthetically created drug that's meant to be, or a synthetically created disease that's meant to be tested right now in the general marketplace. With everything going on with Russians and nerve agents in the UK, now we have a man with super-gonorrhea. Is it a coincidence? I think not. Okay, taking the hat off. Anyway, it goes on to say here that analysis of the man's infection suggests one last antibiotic could work. He is currently being treated and doctors will see if it has been successful next month. So far, no other cases, including in the British partner, have been discovered, but the investigation is still underway. Dr. Hughes added, "We are following up on this case to ensure that the infection was effectively treated with other options and the risk of any onward transmission is minimized. Doctors have long been warning this could happen." Now, yeah, we've heard about this kind of stuff before, right? Oftentimes the reason how they come up with these super viruses, these super diseases, is like they just build up an immunity to the antibiotics that people take, right? So they keep evolving, they keep adapting. These diseases take on a life of their own. Imagine that episode of Rick and Morty when they go into the homeless guy's body for like the germ park or whatever, and hepatitis C really hates hepatitis B. Kind of something like that. The next evolution of the disease is now, not able to be stopped by first choice antibiotics. But I don't know if this necessarily means that it's just like we are over medicating ourselves, so they're getting stronger to combat it. But the weird thing too, and again, I am no doctor, I'm just a dumb idiot commentator on the internet. But if we've been able to effectively eradicate smallpox and measles, which are very heavily infectious and all that jazz, why can't we get rid of super-gonorrhea? If it's treated with antibiotics, why not? I don't know. Maybe there's like a correlation there. It's like, how did you cure the hantavirus? Try that with this shit. But at the same time, I also have to ask the question, was this man already infected with gonorrhea prior? Right? Because if the super-gonorrhea gets to him, his body's first time dealing with it, maybe the antibiotics would work because it's the first time. Again, not a doctor, no medical experience, merely questioning stuff out loud. But I also kind of wonder if this dude has had gonorrhea before and he cured it, and this time the super-gonorrhea is what really got him. I don't know. Either way, there is a strain of super-gonorrhea floating around Southeast Asia. It exists. It's there. It's waiting in the dark. So if you go to Southeast Asia and you're going to get sexual with somebody, if you're going to bump pelvises with somebody, by all means, wear a full body condom. Yeah, it might be hot and muggy, but it saves your ass from super-gonorrhea, which is not anything that would make you a superhero, because what is your superpower going to be? Colorful discharge? I'm making jokes. I'm making jokes about it. There we go. Freaking Thai hooker, probably. Planet of the Apes begins with super-gonorrhea. Maybe Brexit wasn't a bad idea after all. That's fucking great. You guys, you're too fucking funny. I'm just saying, it's don't have sex in Southeast Asia, wear a chastity belt. Exactly. Gonorrhea is about, I don't know what gonorrhea is, dude. All I know is I've seen gonorrhea and it's like, you know, pussy and shit. Life finds a way. Exactly. Life finds a fucking way. That's where we are right now. So oh man. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on here. Digi's been clipping out more shit? Traps. Nice. Wait, okay. Wait. Yeah. So I got a notification about clipping out the 100 trap things. Thank you very much, man. The Discord voice chat. Who goes to Southeast Asia brothels on purpose? This is what happens, pretty much. You're hilarious clipping. That's okay. That's okay. If you're hilarious clipping. What I need is what I need is a YouTube channel very similar to the people that clip out the kumite and everything else. And that's what I need. That's what I need at this point, is just that funny things that Mundane Matt says on streams, you know, the little things here and there. That's how that works out. Okay. So all right. Where are we right now? So we're good. We got all 4 stories done. Remember, if you guys want to submit stories yourself, you can always go to mundanematt.com/submit. So, because tomorrow night we're going to do 5 stories, because I got to go through that to get the 5th one for the weekend. So there are, that's kind of, because that's what I do. For those of you who don't know, I record an extra one on Thursday night that allows me to then take the weekend off and still have content that goes out. So it works out pretty well. I'm hoping to one day get a lot more people in here, you know, to bring over the numbers and shit from YouTube, but not everybody wants to, and that's totally fine as well. We still got 90 people in here. So if you got questions, I can be off like another 15, 20 minutes, before I have to go check on my kid. Monday Matt's yellow stream of consciousness. That's great. Fuck you, by the way. Who's YouTube's worst creators? God, fucking React channels are pretty bad. React channels are pretty bad. Abby, thank you very much for coming in. Hopefully you don't catch Super-Gonorrhea in your sleep. That's, you know, the bed bugs biting. Super-Gonorrhea. No, but thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Apparently Godfather 17 has been bit by the bug of non-disclosed ads. Good for him. The media sucking. I can get Rogue Galaxy on the PS4 for $14.99. Okay. I'm probably going to play Far Cry 5 first, or finish up Kingdom Come. I'm not going to do... I don't think I'm going to do Discord calls tonight. I just don't really feel like it right now. I'm sorry. So... do I think Kennedy will be fired if Solo doesn't bomb? I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I would argue that Kathleen Kennedy is probably going to be in for an... I mean, I don't know if Solo's going to bomb. I have a video coming tomorrow about boycott Star Wars, or boycott Solo, which is the thing I was emailed about today. People are trying to push for Solo to be boycotted. They want it gone. And I don't agree with that, because I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't think Solo's going to bomb. And I think that the people who want to see it are going to go see it, and it's going to do well. You know, I have problems with Kathleen Kennedy, obviously, but this one's Ron Howard directing and Lawrence Kasdan writing his final Star Wars script. So as a Lawrence Kasdan fanboy, because he wrote my favorite movie of all time, Raiders of the Lost Ark, I have to go see it. So I'm going opening weekend. I'm going opening weekend, motherfucker. I'm going opening weekend. That's going to happen. Beauty vloggers can be pretty bad too. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I didn't attack beauty vloggers, but yeah, they're all pretty bad. Like, the thing is, I mean, I at least understand like what the FTC wants, I think. So I've done all that. Okay. But you're not going to boycott. You have no interest in seeing it. I get that, man. I have an interest in seeing it. That's why I want to see it. So Kennedy's is responsible for that grease trap known as Ghostbusters 2016. No, she's not. You're thinking of Amy Pascal. Amy Pascal is the person that's responsible for Ghostbusters 2016. So no. Kathleen Kennedy's only worked for like Lucas and Amblin. So no. You bought The Last Jedi, didn't you? Have you not been around? It's right fucking here, dude. Yeah, I bought it. Can you troll Nicole Arbor? If she hasn't blocked you yet, by all means. Grease traps are useful. They are. It's where I get my retirement grease. Get your studio lady's name. Yeah, that's right, man. You freaking sexist. You sexist motherfucker. Yeah, you can't remember Amy Pascal or fucking whatever. So oh God. What in the fuck? Okay. Oh man. I'm still catching a lot of crap. I haven't seen the end of Rebels yet. I need to. You got Ghostbusters 2016 for free. I almost bought it on Black Friday. I almost bought it. It was like $10. And I'm like, I could buy it. I could buy it. I could do this. And then I thought to myself, no, I'd be happier with the money. So I decided to not get it. I decided to not. I decided just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it, man. Just couldn't do it. It wasn't possible and shit. So there's definitely that. But you know, I mean, I still deep down inside want Ghostbusters 2016 to be a good movie. It's just not going to be a good movie. So, oh God, you guys are doing Uno and voice chat in the Discord. So if you are bored and looking to play a game, Uno in the Discord voice chat is going on. I don't know what they're going to do in there. But it is probably not going to be good. I'm just saying, it's probably not going to be good at all. So, any video games coming out that I plan on buying? Yes. Well, no, but the thing is, I'm after this one, I'm done buying games for a while. God of War 4 comes out. I've never been a God of War fan, but I honestly I watched some of the footage. It looks pretty good. But I'll wait for that one to drop in price. And then the next one I want is what's it called? State of Decay 2. And that's about it for right now. So I can finish up Kingdom Come. I can jump into Far Cry. I need to spend a lot more time with Monster Hunter. There's a lot of shit to play, man. A lot of shit to play. Ghostbusters 2009 is really Ghostbusters 3. In your opinion, Anubis, I have bad news for you. I was at Comic-Con last summer at the Ghostbusters panel, and Ivan Reitman, who directed 1 and 2, came out and said that Ghostbusters, the video game, is not canon. Yeah, I've actually got that recorded too. He said that's not canon. I was like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You know, I never made a video about it. I probably should have made a video about it, but I never made a video about it. So yeah, that's my own fault, but yeah, that happened. No, I know. He said, Ivan Reitman said it wasn't canon. Didn't provide any other context as to why. But that's what he said. And I thought that was, and the thing is that news didn't, that if I recall, that news didn't even really break wide. I didn't talk about it. I should have talked about it, but so yeah, no, and people, I mean, I don't know why. Okay, here's why I think he declared it not canon, is because they're going to do another Ghostbusters, but I think they're going to base it off of the Ghostbusters IDW comic, which is a crossover. It's like a sequel to the movie where they end up going through an alternate dimension, and then going into Ghostbusters Prime timeline and meeting the remaining Ghostbusters, which would be Dan Aykroyd, maybe Ernie Hudson, and everything else, and then learning from them, and then that kind of starting the cinematic universe. That's what I think. That's the comic. I haven't read it, but that's the comic. So Ranting Monkey chased you with a monkey wrench earlier. How the fuck did he do that? You're on the internet. How is that even remotely possible? That's a question for the ages, isn't it? How is that remotely possible? Because some crazy shit always goes on. And yeah, that I believe, I don't know who wrote the Ghostbusters 2016 or 2009 game. Let's see, Ghostbusters 2009 game, IMDb. Okay. Let's see. It's got a standard. It was written by Dan Aykroyd. Well, the characters are by Dan Aykroyd. Okay, so Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis did work on it a little bit, and then a few other guys did the rest of it and shit. But the fact that they got, like, honest to God, I've never played Ghostbusters a game. I haven't. I don't know why I never did. I need to just, wow, Jesus Christ, there are a lot of people in this game. They got a lot of good voices in this game. Holy crap. I'm really surprised at this one, actually. So I might have to watch the I'm gonna have to watch the what's it called? The playthrough. Yakuza 6 comes out next month. I've never played Yakuza, so I have no idea. What do I think of Back to the Future? I've never played Back to the Future, the Telltale games. I never have. You got, Ni no Kuni 2. I've heard that's pretty good. What's the best part of streaming? The best part of streaming is talking with everybody. That's honest to God the best part of streaming. I like that. I like that a lot. It's pretty cool. You know, you just get to have conversations. People get to know them and whatnot. Like I got a little bit of crap for having too many mods in here. But a lot of it has to do with the people that I've modded are people who are mods on my YouTube streams, and they're pretty cool. So I kind of reward through modding. It's probably a horrible method, but at the same time, I believe that it works. So there's those kind of things. Am I worried about there being a superbug epidemic in the future? If anything is probably going to take us out, it's going to be something like that. I do wholeheartedly believe. I think that if we get taken out, it will probably be a super virus of some kind. Because the thing is, we're so susceptible to that crap that, what? Oh, fuck. Okay. We're so susceptible to those kind of things that it's going to eventually come back and boot us in. It's just going to bite us square in the fucking ass. And that's just, people don't take care of themselves as much anymore. They're not like, people... They don't wash their hands as much. Like, I got a kid, so I wash my hands all the time. It's why I carry fucking lotion with me everywhere I go. Like, I've got this, like, aromatherapy lotion right here. I got a whole bunch of lotion. Because my hands are always dry, but I always wash my hands. And so that's kind of where we are right now, is people just, they don't look after themselves. Like, I mean, go on a cruise ship, and it's like, wash your hands if you do fucking anything. Like, don't not wash your hands. You should always wash your fucking hands. So there's definitely that. But I think it could kill us. Ants in the fungus like the last of us, that'd be okay. Yeah. People are too scared to use nukes on a massive level. Maybe, maybe not. So you caught staph third hand once? How did you get... Well, I mean, I've gotten staph infections too. You thought lotion was for the traps. What would I do with the DeLorean time machine? I don't know, man. I'd go back in time and see some shit. I don't know what I would do. I mean, maybe go forward in time even. So it'd be kind of cool. All right. I think it'd be kind of fun. I don't know if I'd ever want to, like, go back like super far in time. Because, like, what would you do? You know what I mean? Like, what would you do going back like super far in time and shit? Like, oh, I want to go see how this whole thing went down. I don't want to die back in time. But going to the future could be kind of fun. Could be a lot of fun. Okay, there we go. I'm just setting up my editing for that. Building my timelines. And okay. Wait, there was one of them that I fucked up on. There we go. That's the one I fucked up on. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, I don't know what's going to kill us, but something is. Something's going to come. Either meteor, a super virus, aliens. You knew someone who had staph. We figured out she offered to do laundry for the sick person and had not changed her own clothes afterward. Yeah, that can do it, I guess. Time machine plus gambling, pretty much. Just Biff from Back to the Future. Yeah, I could go hang out with Socrates. Yeah. I think I would probably go back to, like, I'd want to go back and see if crimes happen the way that they happen. Did OJ really kill Nicole Brown Simpson? Would I go back in time and stop 9/11 from happening? That's the thing. Go back and stop 9/11 and shit. But what would be the consequence of stopping 9/11 from happening? Where would we be? Troy timeline? Yeah, pretty much. Go back to ancient Greece would be very interesting, I think. Oh, shit. Okay. Which one did I hit there? Hold on. Oh, right. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, no, that's probably true. I'll fix that one later. Okay. If we stopped 9/11, your joke pool would got a lot more shallow, probably. You'd rather go forward in time than back, see what video games are like in the future? Yeah. Yeah. I don't really see the point of going back in time. I just don't. I would argue that that going back in time would probably be like, you know, like worse off and shit. But going forward in time, that'd be cool. Like, I've always liked Demolition Man for that. They put him in cryo for 70 years. He wakes up and everything is different. You know, Demolition Man very much feels like it's you know, kind of, what's it called? The time machine. Cause, you know, even like the Underground had like, it wasn't the Morlocks, but it was like Dennis Leary and Jack Black and everyone. Cause yeah, Jack Black is in that fucking thing too, by the way. So that's kind of cool. Like good old Jack Black. You know what sucks? Okay, there we go. There's the STD. Got to get that shit ready to go. I swear to God, this whole process of making videos now is like, it's actually pretty cool. I like being able to get all the content ready for the next day in front of you guys. That way, it's just a lot more chill, and I don't have to fucking worry about it as much. It gives me time to work on 3 Buck Theater content, which I did. There's a lot. Yeah, I posted a lot of videos that today. Clinton had a chance to get Bin Laden. He fucked up that one. But Bin Laden, I mean, but who knows? Bin Laden would have done that at the time. You know, you like to go forward to see if things are better than they are now. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'd like to go forward to see where things are. And then if I could go back to fix them, you know what I mean? To like alter the path for the future, not go back in order to change my present, because you would never be able to fully tell where things are going to go. So there's that too. You think video games in the future would be like The Matrix, but with less human plant fields? Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure virtual reality, you know, the Oasis from like Ready Player One. Oh, fuck, that's tomorrow night. I got to go get I want to go see that shit. Yeah, I want to see. Trying to like find time to go watch a movie is hard these days. I really want to see Ready Player One because I read the book and I really enjoyed the book. Even though Will Wheaton was the narrator, that was like fucking 13 hours of Will goddamn Wheaton in my fucking ear, but you know, it wasn't as bad as it could have been. The book was pretty solid, was definitely a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be a good movie because it's fucking Spielberg, you know? And people out there like to bitch about Spielberg, but I think it's Spielberg's kind of like the only dude who could have done you know, this movie. He's the only guy I think who could have pulled this off, because a lot of it was about like stuff he pioneered back in the day, you know? It was stuff he pioneered way back when. And unfortunately, a lot of people like to fucking forget that, especially the social justice warriors, because they're assholes. They're assholes, they're dicks, and no one likes them. No one likes them because they are just, you know, that's just the way I see it. You'd go in the future and meet your future self. What is Red Shirts? I don't know that one. I'm sure that's a book about Star Trek. Yeah. Well, instead of trying to kill the terrorists, wanted to get rid of the CIA. Yeah. Jack Black had his arm blown off in the Jackal. Yes, that's very true. He did. That's in my opinion, that's a bit of an underrated movie. I enjoy the Jackal. I like Bruce Willis when he plays the bad guy. I thought he did good against Richard Gere. Kind of surprised he did actually play the bad guy though. That's kind of unlike Bruce Willis at the time. But he's like, I can do it. I can do anything I want. I'm Bruce Willis. I'm fucking John McClane. Fucking John McClane. Oh, ballsack. Did I fuck up? I think I fucked up. No. Okay. So, let's see here. Either speed or... Okay. Shit. Where am I at? You'd go into the future, see if the U.S. is finally free from corruption. That's probably never going to happen. But all right, gang, it is currently 11:30 p.m. I do need to get going. I need to go check on my daughter. I'll be back tomorrow night. Should be on time. Might be a little bit late because I'm seeing Ready Player One, but we'll have to see where it's at. If you want to jump into the Discord, you can do so. I'll post the command link in there. A lot of people are definitely going to be, are still in there now. They're definitely chatting. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people chatting in the voice chat. If you want to jump in, say hey to them. If not, that's cool too. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you again so much for hanging out. Have yourself a fantastic night and peace out.